These days, everything is connected, from our phones, to our watches, to our light bulbs. The next natural evolution is the smart home. Aqara may not be the first thing you think of when you think of smart devices, but it should be. They're the smart home segment of Xiaomi, a company that makes everything from some of the most popular smartphones in the world to the scooters you ride on your city commute. They offer an affordable, easy-to-use smart home solution which they just launched in the US for the first time, and they sent me a few of their devices to check out. Aqara sent over their wireless remote switch, wireless double remote switch, door and window sensor, Aqara Cube, water leak sensor, vibration sensor, temperature and humidity sensor, wireless mini switch, this one's really just a button, motion sensor, smart plug, and finally, the magic that powers it all, the all-new Aqara Hub. Let's start with that hub. It's pretty sleek, at just about 1.5 inches thick and only 3 inches in diameter. It features a standard US wall plug and simply plugs into any electrical outlet. Unfortunately, it does cover up the other outlets, so that's something to keep in mind. Inside that hub is a speaker, processor, Zigbee module, Wi-Fi module, light sensor, and a ring of LED lights. The hub connects to your home Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, it's only compatible with 2.4 GHz networks, not 5 GHz ones, so keep that in mind, and acts as a bridge for up to 32 accessories which connect over Zigbee, a low-power alternative to Wi-Fi that's common among smart home products. Its LED array is fully customizable and can be controlled via the app or using presets on the buttons or Aqara Cube. To set everything up, you'll want to download the Aqara Home app from the App Store or Google Play Store. From there, you can follow the step-by-step guide for the initial setup. After that, adding accessories is super simple. I'll use this vibration sensor as an example. First, head to the accessories section of the app. Next, press the plus and search for your device. Then select the hub you want to pair it to. From there, the hub will flash and you have a minute to pair the device.
Ready to connect to child devices.
To do that, just hold down the little button on the side here for a few seconds. The blue light will flash and the hub will announce that the device is paired successfully.
Child device connected.
Now, give it a name and location and push OK, and that's all there is to it. And this is what the app looks like once it's set up. On the main screen, you have previews of info about your home. You can view the temperature, humidity, and status of the devices you choose, like whether your door is open or closed. Beneath that, you have access to basic controls. Here, I have presets for my nightlight and a switch to turn on and off my fish tank. The Accessories tab shows a list of accessories, allowing you to view detailed info for each one and add new ones as I just showed you. In the Automation tab, you can create custom scenes. You can use scenes to sound an alarm if your door is open or configure the actions for your buttons, for example. To make an automation, hit the plus. Here you can pick your condition, the if, and your result, the then. As an example, you can push a notification to your phone when a water leak is detected. Now just hit save, name the automation, and you're good to go. Scenes allow you to create custom presets for your devices. I have a custom nightlight mode for my hub, for example, which I trigger using the wireless mini switch. Finally, in the profile section of the app, you can customize your profile, check for updates, manage your home, and view your logs. There's also information about pairing Google Assistant and Alexa, and a help and feedback section. The speaker on the hub is useful for playing alarms or one of the preloaded sounds. It has a long list of sounds including popular hits like Orange and Childhood, and also some more questionable ones like Missile Countdown and Battle Sound. Unfortunately, there is no way that I know of to play music from your phone or streaming service, or even to swap out the sounds that come pre-installed. Hopefully, support for these things will come with a future software update. Overall, I found the smart home devices to work well, and the buttons and switches are surprisingly reliable. It's not without its occasional hiccups though. My door and window sensor refuses to stay on my door after I removed it and replaced it. It of course refuses to fall off on video, but believe me, it does. And I sometimes have issues with the hub reconnecting to Wi-Fi after an outage. Luckily, the latter of those two issues can be fixed with a simple unplug it and plug it back in technique. On the bright side, all of the Aqara devices sold in the US are compatible with Apple HomeKit, and many of them work with Google Assistant and Alexa as well. The app is relatively easy to use and contains the instructions necessary to pair your desired assistant, and once I got mine up and running, it works well. I can simply tell my Google Home to turn my fish tank on and off, connected to the smart plug of course, and it does so nearly instantly. The lights on the hub can be controlled through Google Assistant and the Google Home app too, and the temperature and humidity sensor is also compatible with Google Home. Unfortunately, the other Aqara devices are not. This means there's no way to use the wireless switch to trigger an assistant routine, for example, a feature I would have really liked to have had. Also unfortunate, probably my favorite device in Aqara's lineup will not be sold in the US, at least not at the time of writing, that being the Aqara Cube. It's the most unique way of interacting with a smart home I've ever seen. You can program different gestures on the cube, like a 90 or 180 degree flip, a shake, a touch, and a drop to perform different actions, like turning the lights on and off or playing sounds on your hub. Also not available in the US, the vibration sensor, the water leak sensor, and the temperature and humidity sensor. Luckily, they do have the motion sensor, the tiny portable motion camera that can be put anywhere and configured to send you a notification to your phone when motion is detected, sound an alarm on the hub, or more. And what's also unfortunate is the lack of further third-party integration. Unfortunately, support for things like IFTTT and proper Home Assistant support are not currently available, and it seems they never will be. That means complicated scenes or those that require third-party internet services are impossible to do with Aqara. I really wanted to use my wireless mini switch to control my LifeX Lite, for example, but after hours searching through forums and fiddling with it, it seems it just can't be done. As far as pricing for these devices is concerned, Aqara sells a smart home starter kit on Amazon for around $130 to $140. That price has not been finalized yet as of the time of writing. That'll get you an Aqara Hub, smart plug, mini switch, motion sensor, and door and window sensor. They'll sell a hub alone for around $60 to $65, and the estimated prices for the rest of the available products are on screen now. For reference, a Samsung SmartThings hub, which supports Ethernet, 5 GHz Wi-Fi, and far more devices, costs $69.99. I'm personally hoping the Aqara product's prices lean toward the lower end of the estimates come release, and I'm told there will be special promos available. So now for the big question, should you buy it? Well, as usual, that depends. If you're a smart home power user and want access to advanced controls, configurations, and third-party integrations, the Aqara Smart Home probably isn't the one for you. You should probably shell out the extra cash for a Samsung SmartThings solution or something similar. If, however, you're looking for a simple, elegant smart home solution, and most importantly, something that works well with Apple devices, as that can't be said about much of its competition, you'll love the Aqara Smart Home. So that is my review of the Aqara Smart Home. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more tech videos. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. For sake of transparency, Aqara did provide the products for testing and review. However, they have not compensated me in any way to make this video, and the opinions expressed here are my own. Also, as of recording this video, I am just about to hit 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for your support. Keep them coming, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.